Start.
Okay. I am the leader of opposition on this stance that here today this House believes uniformity in education does not lead to mediocrity. Now first, before going on to my substantial points, I'd like to first rebut some of the points they had given us. First, they had stated that there will be no variation and different races in blind. But then I'd like to first ask this question. The opposition side feels like the government side is assuming too much that the uniformity of education will not take consideration of the disabled. Now, if the government side is stating the definition onto their leaning towards their side, not helping the disabled and taking in consideration of the disabled, it seems almost impossible for the opposition side to win over that point. So we would like to state that the opposition side is taking consideration of the disabled, and so thereby the point of disabled and not helping the disabled is over. Also,
Point of information.
yes. No, thank you. No variations and too much diversity will actually lead to more chaos. Now, the government side had stated that they see no chaos in the past, but we will see chaos if there were to be so much too different. If there were no uniformity of the educations. And this will be elaborated on my first point. They also stated that this will keep people stupid. Now, they don't seem to have proof for this information because we had not enforced and implemented the uniformity of education thing. So, how will this keep people stupid? How will this keep people so dumb and
information?
No, thank you. No cars, no technology, the Wright brothers. But in fact, what causes and it instigates and galvanizes such people to come up with different ideas is creativity and their surroundings and how they grow up as youngsters. Not education in their own ways. Education with the same education mathematics will be math and science will be science and biology will be biology. It will not change to such a bigger degree and margin that people will have totally different ideas and interpretations. So we believe that the second point of theirs about keeping stupid is irrelevant to this topic.
Point of information.
Yes.
Now, the opposition has stated that our second point about humans are when this uniformity in education occurs is stupid. However, don't you have to agree that in a conformed society, chaos can be more shown by independence movements of wanting more education?
Can you restate that?
The opposition has stated our second point was just irrelevant. However, isn't it bad for a conformed society? Let the government restate it. Isn't it actually more chaotic when people are trying to vote for more education, which will happen?
Okay. The government side keeps on saying that this will keep the people stupid if there were to be the same type of knowledge. But then the government side, in their own definition, has stated that same type of knowledge and tools of knowledge. This won't be saying that people will have no absolute diversity and variety. They will interpret these things in different ways. But as we have stated also, that cars technology has been improved and created by people with different backgrounds and surroundings and the passion for learning. But same types of knowledge will not. Knowledge is probably it's boundless. It's everywhere. It's ubiquitous and it stretches so far away. So people have such a great opportunity to learn, and not only. No, thank you. So same type of knowledge, in fact, is not bad, but also will keep things organized and clear cut. Third argument they stated that they stated was all the same. But we like to say that. Again, to the diversity argument of theirs and the value, there will always be different interpretations, and this is in fact really good about uniformity in education because there will be no chaotic movements, or there won't be mistakings or controversies or misnomers. And going on to my substantial points. First, there will be no mistakings because education is usually for the youngers. Education in this debate today is focused on the young people. and the teenagers and the college students who are looking forward to learning throughout their lives and strive for learning. But if there's so much different types of learning, what is the standard? There's no clear cut on what's right or wrong. It will be too crazy. In today's world, the American Revolution, the dates, the times, what happens, the events, the significance, they are all along the same line. These things in textbooks are not different. In fact, they're pretty much the same. It's the same knowledge put into different words, and people can interpret things differently. So in fact, it is not, today's world, it is not much of a too complicated or different. It's just put into different words, maybe different order. Also, there will be no controversies. There will be no controversies in learning. First, for example, Japan and Korea. Japanese textbooks had, in the World War I section, World War II section, were ignorant about how Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. But in American textbooks and Korean textbooks and other Western textbooks, they were focused on how Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, and about 3,461 people died, and this was a disaster. Now, this sort of different interpretation and different type of knowledge is bad. Now, Japanese students don't see Japan as as the bad guy here. They see Japan as totally innocent and naive, when Americans actually see this as Japan attacked America first, so America had to retaliate and come with the atomic bombs in Hiroshima and Yokohama. So this concludes why there will be no controversy if there's a uniformity in education. Yes.
Now, you stated that about how the world will be chaotic. However, don't you see a lot of different teaching techniques in our world right now, and how it's being successful?
Okay. The government side seems to say that there will be different types of learning. True that. There will be different types of learning, and people can't always learn the same things, such as the disabled people learning and people who are totally fine learning. But then this is about how the actual information itself, they are learning the same thing in a way. They are learning the same thing. They are learning. They're just learning in different ways and methods, and maybe they might spice it up here and there. Oh, thank you.
It feels like the opposition is not answering the question about how the world isn't wise, about not agreeing about agreeing in which the world will be chaotic, in agreeing that the world isn't chaotic, even though nowadays we have a lot of techniques.
Can you repeat that?
Simply, it feels like the opposition is not answering the question about agreeing to that in 21st century there are a lot of different techniques, and how the world still isn't chaotic.
The opposition side would like to put that POI at the side, because we see that as irrelevant. As we can see, different types of learning and different types of methods of learning, that is ubiquitous. That is in here today in the present world, and it is still being used. As we can see, disabled people, and as we stated, that we are taking in consideration of the disabled people. So we cannot actually fix that. What we can fix is that keep everything in education uniform, the things we learn. Now, the third point was that the global community will all rise together. We cannot learn with all these controversies, mistakes, misnomers, and misinterpretations of what actually happened. The global community, as strong as it is today, we must learn the same thing, so we can not have complications, problems, what happened in the past today. As the opposition side has stated, math will be math, biology will be biology, and social studies will be social studies. We cannot change that, and this is the same information. That's why uniformity in education will never lead to mediocrity.
Thank you for watching. Bye.